I had a slightly different approach. I think most programmers, particularly the networks, because they have to deal with so many programs, you hope that great showrunners and people come in with great ideas. Now, because we were a new medium, I knew where we should be functioning, and that there wasn't a paid television production community out there that was used to working in paid television. They all came from network. In the very beginning, they would send us old scripts with bad language in it, that take trunk material and use language that couldn't go on network. And I said that's not what our business is. So the example I always use is we had to be careful about not being too inside. Tanner was too inside. And it was our bent to do this dark inside satire all the time, and particularly me. But I knew we had to stop ourselves from doing that because it was indulgent and it didn't get an audience. It was too hip for the room. So we would have lots of programming meetings. I liked having everyone in the room so we could go through that. We anticipated what we needed. And so that doesn't mean someone couldn't walk in with a great idea. We didn't have all the ideas in the world, but we knew our territory, what we needed, better than other people did. And I didn't want the programmers saying all the time, oh, we're not doing that this year. I said, listen, this is what these people do for a living. And also, all of you are this far from being those people. You're fortunate, but that's, So have intelligent conversations with people. This doesn't work for us for this reason, but have you ever thought about, So we did a little more of that than most organizations. And in the movie area, I would say that we instituted most of the ideas ourselves. We knew the kind of movies we wanted to make. In the beginning, I wanted to make movies about heroes. I thought that would work, but we ran out of heroes very quickly. We did Sakharov, we did Edward R. Murrow, we did Mandela, we did Simon Wiesenthal, and we found ourselves very quickly doing villains. Roy Cohn, Joseph Stalin, Jackie Presser. Interesting stories, serial killers, but we had a philosophy, which we stuck to. Network was doing Disease of the Week, Woman in Distress, etc. We were doing substantive movies that were like old-fashioned features. We did a different version of Fugitive from the Chain Gang. And that always, in the early days of Warner Brothers, they did very socially relevant stuff. A Fugitive from a Chain Gang changed the chain gang laws in this country. And I believe that there was a role for us in doing that to call attention to something in society. I remember years ago we did a movie about a priest on an abuse situation in Louisiana. Took place in one of the parishes in Louisiana, and it was a landmark case because that was the case and the incident that got the insurance companies to stop covering the church for abuse. That started the ball rolling. And you're from Los Angeles. We did remember that big abuse trial with the family that ran the school? I forget their names, but it was a big trial, very controversial. We did that. Jimmy Wood starred in it. So we took on big subjects, and we did them all over the world. And those movies were very formative movies for HBO and part of HBO at the time.